Hey everyone, it just occurred to me, it seems like I haven't released a video in a really long time. Yep, it's been a really long time and I'm sorry about that, but you know, it's been summertime out and we've been going on a couple of vacations here and there, and I've been at the track a lot, so those are my excuses and that's my story and I'm sticking with it. So I thought it would be a good time to give everybody an update on what's been going on around here. Number one is the BMW, my beautiful M440i xDrive is gone. I sold it and I'm moving on to something else, and that's kind of what this video is about. A little update, so to speak, on what my next project is going to be. So, to start with, I'd like to let everyone know that I'm going to drop a little hint right here, and well, maybe you'll figure it out, maybe you won't. So that's the end of the hint. Anyway, what I've picked up recently is, and here it is. Just kidding. But you probably will see a video or two coming up of this one. It is a new ride for me. The next thing on my bucket list, which is a supercharged V8. I didn't care what make it was or what model it was. It just needed to be a supercharged V8. So I started looking, and I looked at a number of different brands and a number of different models, and where I ended up was a car that has a lot of credibility, a car that's very unique, and it's a beautiful car. It's recognizable from a long ways away, and it has a screaming hot supercharged V8 with an LSA block. Here's another hint for you. It's the GM LSA, and I love listening to it run. So, without further ado, here it is. What I ended up with is this beautiful 2011 Cadillac CTS-V coupe. So I've done a little research on this car, and you know how many they made and all that kind of stuff, of course, which is what I always do when I'm buying something. And what we have here is, it's not really like super rare or anything. It is one of about 7,000 in total that Chevrolet or Cadillac made at the time, and I believe it was 2009 through 2013. I could be wrong on that, but I thought I had read that once. For those 5 years they made the coupe in the Gen 2. So this is a 43,000 mile car, and it's been pretty well taken care of. It was driven and not really babied. The paint has defects in it. As you can see, there's a lot of we got a lot of debris marks on the front, and there's a few bugs on there because you know what, I drive it. It has the aluminum polished wheels, which I'm not a fan of. They were not polished very well when I got it. I did one pass of polish on it. I got them looking pretty good. They could still be improved yet. But I hate raw aluminum wheels. Now these were clear coated to start off with. There is a little bit of clear coat left on one of the wheels, and I have to break out some buffing compound on that and try and get the rest of that clear coat off. Excuse me. To make it all look, you know, so it's all uniform on that last wheel that still has a little bit of the clear coat on. But long term, I don't know if I'm going to keep the aluminum wheels or not. I hate the maintenance of them. I am thinking about getting a set of black wheels from Cadillac. They have the same, basically that same pattern and everything, the same style, but they're in black. They are a matte satin black. Too bad, I wish they were kind of glossy, but we'll see. See if I can find a good deal on somewhere. So this is the Cadillac CTS-V, of course, and we'll take one more quick walk around the car. It's a sunroof car. Didn't really have a choice there either. They didn't make very many of these, and they don't pop up available very often at all. I would rather have a slick top, but that's okay. I can deal with that, and my wife really likes the fact that it does have a sunroof on it, so we'll try and get around this backside over here, working with some flags hanging here. And of course I've got 45 other projects going in my garage. It's summertime, I'm working out here a lot, and a little bit cramped for space right now. So I didn't do any detailing inside the car, but let's take a look. Let's take a quick look inside. I did go around, open up the other door, give a little more light in there for your viewing pleasure. The interior is in quite nice shape. I love the design that Cadillac used, not only on the interior, but the exterior. The interior is very nicely done. Everything is within very easy reach on the console, and you also don't have a big display showing when you need to see something like the backup camera or something. This comes up, pops up out of the dash, and then when you're done using it, it goes back down in. Seats are very nice. They do have the V logo on them, and of course the back seat looks like, well, basically like it was never sat in, as far as I can tell. The car has basically every option, I believe. We're looking at Recaro power buckets, something like, I don't know, 18-way adjustable. I haven't really counted it yet, but they do have the leg and body bolsters that adjust in and out for you, and they are also heated and cooled. One other nice thing on this car is I'm pretty sure they call it the Alcantara package, micro suede, whatever you want to call it. They did put it in the seats and on the steering wheel and on the shift knob. Very nice condition also for that, because that stuff can show wear pretty easily, and whoever owned this car before took really good care of that, because it all looks brand new yet. The headliner is in great shape. I don't have the sunroof open right now, of course. I don't really like sunroofs all that much, so I tend to leave them closed most of the time. So there you have it. There's the interior. Now we can move under the hood and take a look. There's the V engine cover with the supercharger sticking out of the top. Also kept fairly clean underneath the hood. It got a nice wipe down recently. Looks like I'm going to have a little repainting to do right there. Not a big deal. That'll be a nice touch underneath the hood. One nice thing about this is the previous owner did a couple of the mods that I would have done myself. So as you can see, it's got the Air-Raid cold air intake installed already. That seems to be a very popular make of cold air intake for Cadillac owners, CTSV owners. I'm not sure why, but it's a great looking unit. Fits in there nicely, and from what I read about them, they have pretty good performance. The other modification that was already done to it, like I said, something that I would have done to it because, well, I like to hear my exhaust, and you can't really tell from this shot because they're just nice clean exit pipes, right? But between that and the catalytic converters, there's no muffler. So yep, somebody already did the muffler delete kit on it for me, so I don't have to. Another good thing about it. I like buying cars that kind of have some of that pre-work done on them. One other thing back under hood here that I forgot to mention, just occurred to me. I know some of you viewers may be wondering if you're up on the GM Eaton superchargers at all. From 2009 until 2013, GM's superchargers were a little bit less reliable than GM would have liked them to be. There's an isolator in the snout that was designed to be used with a spring, that's what I read. And a lot of those Eaton superchargers, well, they basically, they could go at any time. There wasn't any rhyme or reason to when they would fail. So what GM decided to do was they said, hey, let's not do a recall because the numbers don't really warrant that. Let's do an extended warranty on them. So what they did was for the LSA cars that came supercharged, they put an extra, or no, not an extra, but they put a 10-year, 120,000 mile extended warranty on the superchargers for these cars. So like I said before, this car has 43,000 miles on it, but is documented in two different places that at 33,000 miles, Carfax is one place and the work receipts are another place where it's documented that this car got a new, upgraded, improved, whatever you want to call it, supercharger from the factory, GM warranty installed 10,000 miles ago at 33,000 miles. So I'm super happy with that. I don't have any worries about what may or may not develop as far as a problem with the supercharger. What I read is that they developed a rattling noise like marbles at idle. And if you heard that, you had to do something about it right away because it was eventually going to leave metal shavings, metal powder in your oil, which is going to cause damage. So I'm glad that that was taken care of, and I don't have to worry about the supercharger in it. She's good to go. This thing runs really, really well. It sounds great. There's no ticking noises coming from it. When I wind it up and let it go, even the traction control can't keep the back wheels from spinning. It's just a blast to drive, an absolute blast to drive. That's why I named the car Rowdy. That's the first thing I thought of when I heard the car run. Yep, his name is Rowdy. All right, let's wrap this one up. I just wanted to make a quick YouTube video, give you a little update on what was happening in my garage. I think I did a pretty good job of that. You now know what I'm going to be working on throughout this summer and maybe even into next year. We'll see. You know, I don't normally keep cars very long. That BMW I kept that at 2 years, which is about a year longer than I normally keep any car. So this is going to be fun for me. I love the car. I love the way it handles. I love the way it sounds, and I love the way it goes. So we'll wrap this one up. If you like seeing videos like this, the content that I put out, let me know in the comments or give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to. I really don't care. And we'll see you all next time.